Yo, pulled up to the set when I heard that brutal sound of the bass. Start to feel like I'm dreaming, man, should have seen that look on my face. But I'm so low-key, I'm an anonymous T that I left no trace. But when I step one foot in the room, I'ma set this pace. I feel like king of the hill when they're never gonna take my crown. That's the type of my sound, better rise up when I shut this down. I feel like king of the hill when they're never gonna take my crown. That's the type of my sound, better rise up when I drop this. Yeah. My God. Yeah. I feel like king of the hill when they're king of the hill. My God. Yeah. It feels like murder. Setting them alight when I lit that flame. Try pulling up side by side for the race, just realize that we're in a different lane. Yeah, see I'm out here killing the game. How can you claim that we're living the same? See in reality being on a similar stage. You're sitting in the crib while I'm singing my name. That flames, whole of the city on lock. The coldest flows and the cream of the crop. We've them bees with a lean and a bop. Got a phone line ringing to the heat, don't stop. I feel like king of the hill when they're never gonna take my crown. That's the type of my sound, better rise up when I shut this down. I feel like king of the hill when they're never gonna take my crown. That's the type of my sound, better rise up when I drop this. Yeah. My God. Yeah. I feel like king of the hill when they're king of the hill. My God. Yeah.
Welcome into the Clear as Mud podcast, where I'm your host, the mighty Riveter. I don't know where the rest of my crew is. I've got GG and Maggot Edits. D.max is, I don't know, I think he got lost or something. Wrestling alligators, I'm not for sure.
There we go.
Having trouble crossing to the other side.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Girls' problems.
Pizzle is going to be having to take a break for a little bit. So she's not going to be with us for the next few streams. She's got
Pete,
some.
tell the truth. I kicked her out, okay? I was tired of her shit. I was like, Jessica, I need to not see your face for a few weeks. You get out of here.
Did you say
Maybe in a few
Nazi?
weeks I'll let-
Nazi? She's not a Nazi.
Why are we talking about, this is like the second time today we've talked about Nazis, and I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me.
I guess this is what happens when Seth isn't around. You know, we feel the need to fill the space without her.
Oh,
That's what
jeez.
happens.
Okay. Anyway,
Love you, Seth. One of us still does.
Yeah, well, anyway. So we're going to be talking about a situation that arose this last week between a creator by the name of Jay Hooft and ReviewTechUSA, aka Rich. Now Jay was doing editing for ReviewTech. He was his editor, and then when ReviewTech had some issues rise up with his family, specifically his daughter got sick, Jay took over doing the live streams for ReviewTech. Helping him out, helping him through a difficult situation to make sure that the channel was to continue to make content, continue having monies come in to, because of the illness and stuff. I mean, you got tons of money going out, medical bills, expenses that come from all that stuff, right? And JF or Jay Hoot stepped up and helped Rich out. Then I don't know exactly the time frame. A little bit ago, a week or two, something like that. Review Tech makes the decision that he is not necessarily going to be doing edited videos anymore. He's not really going to focus on that. He's going to focus extremely on streaming, and so he wasn't going to need an editor anymore. So he lets Jay go. This
Mhm.
seemed to coincide also with it being Jay's birthday. Coincidental? Eh, we'll be a little bit gracious and say, yeah, just bad timing, that sort of thing, and not be malicious in nature, what have you. So anyway, Jay was not particularly happy about this because this was a source of income that he had become accustomed to. Not only that, but he alleged that Review Tech owed him wages that he had not paid for.
Mhm.
Review
It
Tech,
wasn't one of the reasons he was fired, wasn't it? Because Jay wanted to continue streaming.
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
yeah, he wanted to continue streaming, which I would assume would be on his own platform and not on Review Tech's site or anything like that. He was just
Right.
going to do his own thing. Which I don't understand why Rich or Review Tech would get upset about that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But this whole situation didn't make a lot of sense. And then when Jay
Mhm.
comes forward and says, "Hey, by the W," right? He didn't pay me. Well, that's a
Yeah.
big, huge cardinal no-no in this world, right? You have to pay your editors, you have to pay your artists, right? Remember back in the day, one of the biggest things that took Leafy out was, hey, is $20 okay? Because he had a guy doing some graphic work and stuff for him. Hey, Watch Your Mouth, by the way, was his name, and did quite a bit of animations and stuff for him, and only wanted to pay him like $20, and the dude was like a multimillionaire. It's just not copacetic. It's not cool. It's just not right. So needless to say, Jay does a birthday stream.
Mhm.
And on this birthday stream, he vents. He lets it out that that he had been terminated from his editing position, and not only that, but he also let it be known that Rich owed him money and wasn't paying his debt, if you will. Well, that didn't set well with Review Tech, and so Review Tech goes to his Facebook page. He says his personal Facebook page, and he proceeds to write a few things, a few different posts. And one of him,
Mhm.
he calls his former editor Jay a parasite.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of other stuff, just really derogatory comments. Those comments were screenshotted and brought to Twitter. Review Tech gets pissed, says that uh, those were private messages. Now, here's where I'm going to argue with you about this, Mr.
Yeah.
Review Tech. When you post a message on any social media platform, it's no longer a private message, it goes public. Now, one codicil that I will give you, one little bit of grace that I will give you, is with a Facebook page. Depending on how you set it up, right? You can be public or quote where it's just friends only. If it's
Yeah.
friends only, then only the friends can see it. However,
Yeah, there's a bit of a problem when you're adding randos from your
yeah,
chat and from Twitter to
yeah.
your Facebook, then it becomes a different thing.
And not only that, but he was using that Facebook page to promote his streams and his YouTube channel and his videos and so forth. So I'm going to kind of push back a little bit and say that's bullshit. The argument that he was using about it being a private page. No, I'm going to push back a little bit on that and say it's bullshit. Wasn't a private page. Wasn't was not the case at all. So that's kind of the TLDR of what happened. Then Review Tech. Let's see here. Where's this at here? Let me find. Okay, so let's start here. So that's kind of what happened. So then Review Tech fires up and goes live. This was back on 2 days ago, which would have been Friday afternoon. I remember this getting kind of crazy, right? Because this was we had this in our group chat, and we were kind of following this whole story, and we was like, whatever. This stream is now unlisted. Rich took it down.
Of course.
Rich,
I'm shocked.
yeah, this was not a good stream for Rich.
No.
It was nothing but coping, molding. He was going on and on about it being a private Facebook page and how he was he didn't come right out and say it was like he didn't like say it was doxing or anything like that, but I don't know. I mean,
Heavily implied it.
I wouldn't call it heavily implied. He just kept talking about how it was like violations, and it was just. Maggie, you watched some of that, so I mean, help me with my words here, because this is where I struggle sometimes.
I mean, yeah, he was on there doubling down. He was like, I don't retract anything. I fully stand behind all of my statements.
Yes.
He kept talking about how it's a private Facebook and how he's gonna have to restart it and whatever. He never really answered any questions. Like he didn't.
No.
He said he wasn't gonna say he wasn't gonna explain anything about what happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Which was weird because obviously, if a bulk of the issue is just that this guy didn't get paid, he could easily go to because I mean it was through PayPal, so he could easily go to PayPal and just screenshot it and censor it and prove that he paid this guy. You know what I mean? It would have been as simple as that instead of this whole drama.
Yeah. So I think because that stream did two things. One, it was him testing the waters, right? He was trying to do some damage control. He stuck his finger, wet his finger, whatever, stuck it in the wind to see which way it was blowing. He seen real quick because there were people in there that were mods that were like,
arguing with him.
Yeah, arguing with him about this
like
stuff.
Saggy and Tiller,
Yeah. So even his mods were like, hey, no, pushing back on some of his nonsense. So he they were like, this is not the way to handle this. Did you pay him the money that you owe him? And he's like, I don't owe him any money.
He claimed that he paid him. He
claimed that he paid him. He didn't, he had the records to prove everything. He said that that Jay was trying to blackmail him. Just made a lot of assertions, or maybe blackmail is not the exact phrase he said, but he said that basically was trying to what was it? Anyway, I
extort.
Maybe extort was the word. It was bad. The bottom line, it was bad. It was horrible. So, people are like, well, why aren't you reaching out to Jay, and why aren't you just making, clearing all this up? And he's like, I can't reach out to him. What? Like all of a sudden he just has you have no way, you don't have a cell phone? I mean, this guy was editing for you. I would assume you would have multiple ways of communicating with him, right? His email, personal email. You would have You know.
Yeah, he was worked for him for like 6 years.
Yeah,
There's no way that they didn't have each other's personal information.
Yeah,
There's no way
yeah,
you work with somebody
yeah,
that long and
yeah.
not have their personal info.
Yeah, exactly. I don't believe that either. That was all just, you know, coping. And he was, like I say, he was just when he's seen, excuse me, when he's seen how much of a pushback was on this, right? All of a sudden now, he and Jay were able to get in contact with each other. I guess Jay reached out to him, and we have a clip here provided to us by.
I will get.
Hang on, I'm gonna pull this up.
Oh
where you
God,
guys can see
Tipster.
this. Yeah. So Tipster, which I guess is maybe friendly with.
He's friendly with RTU, from what I know.
Yeah, and he's also, I guess he's friendly with the editor as well. I don't think it was just a one-way thing. But anyway, so he clipped this off of, so, and then he's quote tweeting a thing here from Review Tech saying he was paid in full. Have a great day. Jay can verify. So Jay does a follow-up stream or whatever, what have you. Anyway, so he had this to say.
This is off. I apologize. I will get to all of the super chats. So everybody's waiting for this. I already know that. So first and foremost, I never wanted to come forward with any information. We all know what happened. I'm not going to go over it again. It's on Twitter. So before I decided to stream today, I decided to phone Rich and get everything out in the open. So we had a very productive phone call. I will say what has happened in that phone call without obviously getting into personal details here, but everything that we sort of had a disagreement about has been taken care of. I know that on his stream he said that he did not pay me the total amount for the month. I can confirm now that he has paid me for the month, plus he actually put more money into that.
So
I don't. Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, I don't remember because we watched. I mean, we were talking about it in the group chat.
Yeah,
I watched that whole stream, and I don't recall him ever once saying that he only paid him like partially. From what I remember, he claimed he paid him in full for the month.
He said he paid him all but $500 is what he said.
Because he gave him like a PC or something.
Yeah,
right?
he quote bought him this. Yeah, that was the whole thing was originally Jay said that he was trying to say that this PC that he had sent him so that he could actually do these live streams for him while he was not able to do it because of his daughter being hospitalized, that was now part of his wages and and stuff. The thing about it is when Jay did his original live stream, birthday stream, whatever, he talked about how that, because I say he'd been editing for Rich for quite some time. He had it in the in one of the clauses in the contract. They had a written contract, everything, that irrespective of, like, for example, if there was only 2 videos that month or whatever, he still got paid the same amount of money every month.
Yeah.
Right. He was not to be penalized because Rich didn't come up with content, whatever, for him to edit. If Rich wasn't doing content, that was on Rich.
Yeah.
He still had to pay.
A retainer, like Trippy said.
Yeah. He still had, retainer, whatever. He still had to pay, period. Which was very smart on his part. I'll just say that, right? That he was forethinking enough to say, hey, he was ensuring that he was going to have a monthly, the same amount of money coming in every month. He was going to ensure that he had, and that was smart on his part, right? Because a lot of times editors, they only get paid, per video or what, per short or whatever it is that they're editing for the creators. So for him to set that up, I think was real smart on his part, right? But let's listen to some more of this clip,
which I appreciate because it was technically more. So from that side of things, I am happy that he did that. That's one thing, because that was one thing that
one other thing I want to, before we get too much further into this, the fact that Rich gave him more than what was owed, I think is telling as well.
Yeah.
Right.
That's really sus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super sussy. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I have questions, but
Yeah.
that was the weirdest thing
Yeah.
to do if you're trying to say you're
Yeah.
innocent of something.
Trippy Savage says the chat was saying goes, well, this was not the first time that there were payment issues. So evidently there were issues in the past.
I mean, it's just so interesting, like the turnaround, because literally just a few hours earlier than that, he was on his stream adamantly saying that he did not, he meant everything he said. He was better off not having parasites attached to him and all. Like he was doubling down. So I'm sorry. I understand that you can change your mind and like your emotions can change and whatever. I don't see
Talk about the areola.
him going from being that set in what he was saying to just a few hours later having apologized to this guy and everything's fine.
$2 donation from Dope Inc. says Rich scam Big Cheese now. Jay, he hasn't changed.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know anything about that either. I'll be honest with you. I don't know a whole lot about ReviewTech's lore. He is not a creator that I consume. I just don't care for his content. Not that he's a bad content creator. It's just not my cup of tea. But I know anyway. K-Huck says that is that's a big thing that happened. Evidently there's other people that knows Rich's lore better, and so like I said,
he defended Vosh. Well,
I don't know about that, John. He may have John Bon Zombie. I don't know. Again, like I say, it's just not. I just don't consume his content. So I can't speak to that one way or the other. If you say it happened, fine. I'm not gonna. I'm not arguing or pushing back. I'm just saying I don't. I'm not.
We don't really know much about this guy outside this drama.
This particular, I'm trying to stay focused in on just what happened here. So
I was going to bring up, which we don't need to really get into anymore. It's been solved. So he said on his stream he didn't pay me correctly. He has now paid me absolutely correctly. So it is what it is in terms of that. That payment is done. It's in my PayPal. So, I appreciate that part. Now, the more important part to this for me is that we also dealt with, I'd say, the sort of bad blood that was left behind and how he handled the situation. And again, I know I see the comments right now. I don't quite know how to word this, but, and again, Rich and I will be, and I'll announce this right now, Rich and I will do something together in the near future. We're working out exactly how we can do that and move forward with possibly being friends. We both.
See, I don't understand that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't understand that. If this guy, I'll put it like this. If I had somebody say, Riv is a real parasite, I don't, whatever. Why would you be, no.
It's weird. It's weird on both sides because it's apparently I guess the guy that originally made a video about it, 8-Bit Eric or something. He's like really close friends with this Jay guy, and that was part of the reason why he came out with the video was because he saw, I guess they were in some sort of a Discord server where there was a bunch of voice notes from Jay and like screenshots and everything, and it really upset him, and that was why he made the video. So I'm just like, if it was such a big thing, why? I don't understand why you would turn around and be friends with this guy again after he treated you that way. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And since you brought up 8-Bit, where's my thing at here? Are we back? I think we're back. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, guys. OBS locked up for a second. I don't know what in the hell happened. Oh, it's Max's fault. That's what the problem is.
Yeah. I agree. That's what happened.
Max is having
technical difficulties on my.
Max is having technical difficulties today too. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, it kind of anyway. So so this other creator by the name of 8-Bit, who is friends with both Jay and Review Tech. When this started happening, whatever, he made a video about the situation, and we were just fixed to take a look at that, Max. If I could get this to swap and it not do stupid stuff here. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think part of all the cell towers going down because the aliens attacked us, or the Chinese, we can never tell. Same difference. Something about that actually, like, it totally fried all of my USBs, so I'm not too happy about that. I had to like switch out some cables and shit, so I don't know what the hell's going on, but it seemed to work. So whatever it was,
you know what it is?
got
It's a
fixed.
5G. That 5G is working into the
God, I
thing.
just wish they'd kill me already. Please, Lord, just do it. Just do it. Don't tease me anymore. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, well. Anyway, all right.
Okay.
All right, so anyway, this guy here, 8-Bit, so he put up this video basically when the story broke, and does as he says the truth about Review Tech firing JKB. Anyway, so let's just listen to a little bit of it.
Absolute shitstorm coming out right now. I've been trying to avoid making this video. I've actually been talking to Jay Hoof the last couple days about this situation because there's been some things about this whole Review Tech no longer having Jay Hoof as his editor situation that just didn't sit by with me, especially when I'm seeing on Twitter things praising JKB, but then on Facebook you see this message right here from Richard on his Facebook. It says, I need to be able to afford my rent.
Sorry, really quick. I just always feel really bad whenever it's like a content creator who doesn't usually do drama stuff all of a sudden like, put down all of their normal stuff and do drama. It's like it's got to be such whiplash because most of the stuff that he covers is like console war stuff or like you know, video games or like the PlayStation 5 is useless. It's basically a doorstop, like, you know, that kind of stuff. And then he like switches up from that to be like, actually, my friend JKB has been editing for ReviewTechUSA the entire time. And now I'm angry about it. We come to realize that later, I guess in the next video, he does talk about like, I'm friends with this guy. That's why it mattered to me. And that's why he did this off the cuff. Because there were some people that were like, why is this guy talking about this like so suddenly? I think even Review Tech had even at some point had made an illusion of just like, why, you know, like, oh, that just comes out of nowhere. Like that's shady. And it's like, well, I mean, there's a little bit more to it than that. It's not just like out of nowhere. It's like this guy was friends with JKB. So I just feel like that's kind of worth noting.
He also accused him of being the leaker, and he said in his video that
during
wasn't
that
true,
stream.
so.
Yes, during the stream, he you know, refers to 8-Bit here as being the guy that was leaking all these private Facebook posts, right? Which we already covered why that was not private. But now, you know, I think it's a safe assumption, right, that no matter what realm that you exist within the universe of YouTube itself, right? So if you're like into retro gaming, or if you're into pinball gaming, or if you're into you know, discussing weather or what, it doesn't matter. Every little group on, you know, that is under the umbrella of YouTube, they inevitably will always have like bickering, right? They'll have drama, for the lack of a better word, right? They always, and so when these guys are kind of more or less forced into making drama videos or drama content because of that, it is interesting to watch.
Screaming, right?
Yeah, it is, because it's like, guess what? When you say, "Oh, drama tuber," oh, God, there's such it's like it's like people who talk about this stuff, people like myself,
We're treated like panhandlers.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like we're stepchildren.
How does it feel?
Yeah.
How does it feel, dude? You know, now that you have to cover it, now nobody likes you. Yeah, you see? Oh, it's important to you now, is it? Oh, you know, I feel like Jessica Pizzle whenever I complain about, oh, this doesn't, I don't care about this. She's like, no, but it matters to someone.
It matters
now
to
he's
someone.
In that
It always
position.
matters to someone. Right? And here's the thing, right? And so, but I think I'm saying, I guess I'm kind of saying all that to say this, right? Is when you have somebody that you consider to be a friend that is wronged or slighted in some way or fashion, you will come to their defense, right?
Yeah. It's a normal, natural human response.
It's normal. We do it in real life. I mean, in real life, if somebody wronged a friend or wrong, you know, you would be ready to throw, you know, throw fists, throw hands, whatever they call it, right? To defend them. I mean, you know, you said what, right? 90%, if not more, of the fights that I witnessed in high school and stuff and junior high and stuff, you know, was because somebody talked smack about somebody else or their girlfriend.
Lying on your dead mama, lying on your dead mama, lying on your dead mama, lying on your dead mama. Yeah.
Anyway, so let's listen to some more about the 8-bit here.
Needs to buy parts to upgrade the gaming PC I gave him, and dude got paid by me on top of that. I guess money magically floated out of thin air. Miracles do happen. Man, oh man, get fucked, my boy.
So here's the thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, I was just gonna say that like this is I hate this because Rich is referencing a conversation that they had personally, right? Like, is it known, the whole quote of like, I need to afford my rent or whatever? Like, cause that like strips away all of the nuance of that conversation. If there was any, we don't know what was said. We don't know why he said that or whatever. And to be honest, I think it's whoever's prerogative if they get some money, and they can do whatever they want with it. If they want to buy stuff to upgrade their PC, I don't think that they should be leaned on, especially since Rich was in the wrong, and we know that because he ended up having to compensate the editor after this whole thing. So,
well, it's okay
like, for Rich to go on Facebook like this is stupid.
Well, and also, why say he's not going to say behind the scenes stuff, but then say this guy needs to pay his rent? Like, isn't that also private?
Exactly.
Yeah. So can I ask a question about so it's just a known thing that he was 100% in the wrong.
Can I just put in something real quick? Rather than saying, can I ask a question? Just ask your question. We don't need, I mean.
Well, Peapod, generally speaking, asking if you can ask a question is a polite way to interrupt. So I apologize.
Gigi, ask your
just ask the question.
Ask your question.
Well, now this is a whole interruption.
My question is there no world in which the guy did just make like a mistake and thought he did pay him, or had
No.
Okay, just checking.
No.
All right.
Because it was intentional. Because like he wouldn't be because if that were the case and it was just an accident, he wouldn't be this irate in this little Facebook message. Like Rich is not he's mad that this got leaked out, and that is telling to me. You know, because he's just like he's not mad that this happened. He's not mad that somebody's lying on him. He's lying that leaked. And that's the problem to him.
Yeah.
You know, so that means it's true. That means it's honest. That means what he's saying there is exactly what he meant. And I think that verifies that, he's just fully in the wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
and here's the thing, if he was of a mindset like he was good, right? Then why would he not only make good on what he owed the guy, but then give additional on top of that? See, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fair. I really was just asking to make sure there was no world, but like theoretically, I'm just like, let's pretend I'm very, very stupid and I genuinely make a mistake. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I know how I'll fix this. I will pay him what I owe him and then some. And like genuinely didn't realize that would make him seem
okay.
Well, Gigi, so let me hold on. Let me try it. So let me say it like this, right? So Gigi, I'm going to assume that you are somebody that works fully off of principle, right? So everything that you do is not because you're nice. It's just because of the principle of the thing. Okay. I come along to you and I step on your shoe. Okay. And then I go around telling people that I didn't step on your shoe. I'm sorry, rather I tell people that you stepped on my shoe. That's an easier way to do it. You stepped on my shoe. You know that you did not step on my shoe. Are you going to apologize for stepping on my shoe?
No.
Okay, he apologized for it and he compensated. Yeah, he not only apologized for stepping on his shoe, but he also cleaned the mud off the shoe. That's why I feel confident in saying, yeah, no, there is no world where Rich is right. Rich thought he was wrong. Otherwise, he wouldn't have paid him. I don't think he just wanted it to go away. Yeah.
I fully believe you guys because I don't know anything about this person, but I do also think that it's worth considering sometimes, especially with people, or not especially with people in the public eye, that sometimes it's easier to make something go away than to fight this battle. So like maybe I didn't step on your shoe, but
I mean, sure, he shouldn't have gone live then. He shouldn't have gone live that morning then, if that was the case.
Okay, and here's the other thing, and I'm gonna give you some grace here because you obviously didn't watch any of the videos. He doubled, tripled, quadrupled down in his live stream, right? That he didn't know Jay, right? He said he's been paid. He goes, I've got the receipts. I have the text messages. I have it all. That was his words, right? So here's what I'll say to this, right? To go on your assumption like, well, maybe you made a mistake. Okay, fine. If you make a mistake or whatever, if you have questions, what you do is you sit down with the other person in a VC and you calmly have a conversation and you go over the records and you make sure that you're not missing something or they're not missing something. That's how you handle it as an adult. And as more importantly, that's how you handle it as a professional. You know, if you're conducting business, that's how you handle it. What you don't do is fire up a stream, throw a hissy fit because your quote private public Facebook had some screenshots shared of it, which makes you look like the ass that you are, and then quadruple and quintuple down on how you didn't owe him anything. That's not what you do, right? So then within when I say hours, I'm probably being generous. I'm going to say probably in under 2 hours, wind up not only paying the guy, but sending him more to amends as an apology because you knew you fucked up. And that's what it all boils down to, right?
And a little bit of spoilers too, just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
ReviewTech is saying, and I believe JKB or whatever his name is also saying, that the editor, that they are going to be working on something else together in the future again now. Yeah. So whatever problem, like I just don't see it. I guess that's why I don't see a world where Rich is right or just made a mistake or something like that. Like I guess maybe it's possible that he made a mistake and then he's just a bullish moron and he decided to make it way worse for himself. But it felt like that because I was there for the live stream. It felt like it was like he was trying to dig himself out of it, and then he realized during the live stream, oh shit, this isn't going to go the way that I want it to go, which is why that live stream is also unlisted. He's at least smart enough not to delete it, but I'm just saying it's not a good look.
Okay.
So, but
interesting.
Oh. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see what they're going to work on in the future. I don't know. If I were in JKB's position, I mean, unless the money that I'm making is like absolutely fantastic, I just don't really think after somebody pulls something like this that it's like a good thing. Because if the narrative is supposed to be, again, that like, and I agree with this, that like Facebook is a public platform, then what your boss basically just did is went and put you on blast in a public platform. Yeah. And I can tell you that if that ever happened to me, I would not be working for that person ever again.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying, because we shared that little snippet.
I don't think it's working. He said that they were going to try to be friends. I don't think he was planning on working for him again.
He said they were going to do some stuff together. Yeah, they're going to do.
But that doesn't mean he's getting paid for it, though.
Well, okay. What I'm saying is maybe they do a stream together, or maybe they do a collaborative, video or something.
Kiss and make up. They play they play Among Us with a bunch of other you know what I mean, like somebody in their group or something like that. Like it could be anything, but the point is that Rich is trying to save face, and he's doing it in a way that's like, no, we're friends, like we're cool. And what it killed me about the live stream too, not to get ahead of things, but like what killed me about the way that Rich was talking about this whole thing was he was like, but that's what like friends do, is like, you kind of like, you go like, oh, you're scamming me, and it's like, what? No, that's not how that works at all, Like the things that he was saying to try to save face didn't even make any sense.
No, it really didn't.
I was gonna say this guy's an editor, and if I was an editor and these kind of jobs, like your reputation is everything. So for him to blast him on Facebook or anything that's even honestly, even privately, it's kind of a problem. Like that genuinely, how we feel about people affecting other people's bags. We don't do it. It's not allowed. We can't have it.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, especially since it was the case that like I think that JKB was definitely not in the wrong. I don't know how much of this you guys have told, but JKB, it was the day before his birthday. If you have such a long relationship with this person, so much so that you would consider them a friend, and you talk, and he said that ad nauseum on the stream, it's like it's just there are certain things maybe you just don't do for etiquette reasons. I think there are some circumstances where maybe firing somebody a day before their birthday is like okay. But that's only if somebody has done something wrong. But to my understanding, the reason why ReviewTechUSA doesn't want to use this editor anymore is purely just because he doesn't want to make videos anymore. So he's just like, well, you just don't have anything to do, so I'm just telling you right now you're fired, basically, is the way that I understood that interaction to go. We haven't seen that. I don't think we know exactly how that went, but that's the way everybody's talked about it, and I don't think anybody's disagreed with the way that that's framed. So
to answer your question, 1's 2 cents. Yeah, we do interact and talk to the chat when someone says something that's worth acknowledging. Just food for thought. So, I again, I don't understand, and I said this previously. If somebody would have called me a parasite, which is what Rich called him, and was adamant about
friendly speak, huh?
Yeah,
and not just on Facebook. He went on his live stream and did that too. So
put him on blast.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I get it. It's there's a little bit of retaliation there, but the thing is, like, if you were the person who is in the wrong, I believe that it is incumbent on you to like rein in your feelings a little bit. Not go so like off the handle, and also too, it's like, again, things are bad when ReviewTechUSA is reading like mine and Peepaw's chats and like responding to it in real time. Like, what? No, what are you talking about? It's like, come on, man. It's so obvious that that you fucked up, and you were just trying to play narrative games. Why? It's like it's one thing when when somebody who's outside of like commentary or somebody like, because I don't know if I necessarily would consider ReviewTechUSA to be a part of commentary per se, but what he does is commentary, right? Like what he he's definitely interacted with enough of us to understand how this goes.
He's 100% commentary. He's 100% commentary. He's done videos and streams on people like DSP, the quartering.
Yeah.
What was it?
Famously, he was in the lolcow thing recently.
Yes.
With Boogie.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how much more commentary you need to get.
And he really milked
Keemstar.
He really milked that whole story and saga with what was that guy's name? The TV.
Quantum
TV. Yeah. He really
Quantum
milked
TV,
that whole saga for
I think
a
that
long
was a big.
time.
Yeah, that was a big thing for ReviewTech.
It really was. Yeah, it really, really was. So yeah, he's 100%. He is 100% within the commentary community now. He's got that commentary stench all over him, just like the rest of us. So look, ReviewTech says that he's like right now he's trying to curb his in his own words, he feels like he's been smoking too much of the herbage, and he's cutting back on his use of that. So
yeah, I think taking off the T-shirt on that lolcow thing, I think was maybe an indicator as to like, hey, buddy, like I get it, like you're trying to be irreverent and silly and goofy on a stream, but like, why did you even do that?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
like,
that's
bro,
that's
taking his shirt off. To be fair, he does that like every stream.
Yeah. Yeah. If someone gives,
don't do
it's like a $50 donation or something, he takes his shirt off. It's a thing he does.
I guess
mean,
it's a thing that he does. All right,
it's a thing he does. I mean, whatever. I mean, I mean, it's not like someone taking, say, blue tape and taping up their whole face or something. I mean, it's not quite that cringe.
That
is
stupid.
so
Are you
damn
kidding me?
cringe. Yeah.
Oh my God, who the hell does that? By the way, we have Trippy Savage in waiting. Do we want to pull him in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. We can pull Trippy in. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Trippy, how's it going?
I'm gonna come.
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, what up, dude?
So
what you got going on?
So Rich is known to get stoned and flip flop a bit. Put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
It's.
Hey, are we about to badmouth getting stoned in here? Because I will not have it.
No,
okay. Let me just say this.
He's known for it.
Okay, let me just say this. There's nothing wrong with partaking of getting marijuana, whatever, or even having a few drinks. There's nothing in the world
You're
wrong
from
with
Arkansas, say it. Call it the devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce, fine. I have been known to partake myself. There's nothing wrong with that. What I think where the problem for me anyway comes in is when a person drinks excessively to where they're slosh and making an idiot of themselves, or they're stoned out of their gourd to where they're sitting there half asleep in their damn chair, and it's just whatever. That is, you're not entertaining anymore. That or you're just talking out your ass about something because your head's so in the clouds because of the pot. Nah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll call you. I'll think you're a horrible streamer.
Imagine Mrs. Frizzle from the Magic School Bus just sloshed as all get out, and that's what it's like for live streams. It's like, why would you want your live streamer, the person who's like, doing your show, like running the show, supposed to be running the show, running the board and everything, to be just completely out of it? It's like that just doesn't. That's not going to work. That's a very bad thing. But Trippy though, to the other point of that is that. Rich said in that stream where he was responding to all of this and where things got really bad at the very beginning that like a lot of people were in chat saying like, oh, you're drunk, you're high, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, nope, stone cold sober. So he said himself that he was stone cold sober during that. I get it. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe there's withdrawals or something if he wants to go with that, but like it's
from weed.
Well,
that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
No.
We've all kind of, I don't have anything against Rich. I find him funny. I do watch him occasionally. Yeah. I'm a mod in his chat. I never use it. It's like anywhere else, but we all kind of know him as Rich Tomorrow because his opinion is going to change tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
so what's your view of this whole entire thing then? What would you does this suss you out at all?
Jay is a really good dude and real genuine guy, and the fact that night when all this went down and kind of went public, he streamed on his own channel that he's had for a while but not done anything with, and he got support like crazy. People just threw money at him, so then he could pay his rent, and he broke into tears a couple times. And so that it did magically kind of money come to him, so that kind of changed the scenario with Rich. I think he was like, oh shit, he don't need me after all, kind of thing. Like, he's got support all on his own.
Yeah, but he'd already terminated his employment prior to that, had he not?
Right, but I mean, once it went public and people supported him, he was like, oh, well, people are going to support Jay and stand up for him and call me out for doing him dirty. Yeah. And that kind of changed the optics for him.
Okay. Like, so have you been because I admittedly I don't know a lot of ReviewTech's lore, right? So is this a recurring thing? I mean, has he in fact done this to other editors in the past as far as not wanting to compensate them for their work?
I don't know about that. I know Jay mentioned that there's been other problems with payments in the past.
Yeah.
That's why the retainer was put in place 2 years ago.
Okay.
But the one One's 2 cents that was in the chat before, he's actually an admin for Jay. He would have been a great guy to have call in. He could give you a lot of inside knowledge on that.
I'm sorry, who was that?
It's the one's 2 cents that was in the chat earlier.
He was the one that was being all antsy because we weren't paying attention to him. In
Yeah,
chat.
well, I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't sit there and come into my chat. And I don't know who the hell you are. You've never been here before in the 3+ years of the existence of this channel, and start barking like you the big dog on the porch.
Right.
Piss on that shit.
I understand, but I mean, if in better scenario or whatever, he would have been. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
well,
no,
guess what?
I get you. I hear what you're saying.
Fine. I mean, he could have called in. I mean, we have it constantly spamming, with the bot, what the Discord is. He could have called in and explained himself. If he got a little bit pissed off because I said we do respond to chat when there's something said that's worth responding to. I'm sorry, if that upset him, fuck him. I don't care. I don't.
I'm sure he
to be fair, you did tell him to go fuck himself. And listen, I support it because I support
I did not tell him to go fuck himself. What I told him was he hadn't said anything that was worth responding to. That's not go fuck yourself. If I want to give you a fuck yourself, I will say fuck you. Okay? I don't even beat around the bush about that shit.
Well, if you're still watching, go fuck yourself.
There you go.
Oh God, there you go. I've been on the receiving end of a few of those from Riv and whatever. I don't know what happened to Trippy. I think he might have. He dropped out. It looks like.
Oh, yeah, he may have. Okay, but now listen. Here's the.
I'm gonna
come. Listen. I mean, listen, dude. If you're still watching, whatever you want to call in, fine. I will give it a clean slate. Call in. I'll be glad to talk to you because here's the thing.
Sure. I'm sure he's on Jay's stream. Jay's streaming right now. So
is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's fair enough. Look, here's the deal. Bottom line, from what I've seen, and again, I don't know all the backstory. I don't know all the ins and outs and eyes and all that. But from what it seemed like to me, it seemed like Jay was a decent guy that was working and taken care of. He stepped up and helped Richard when he was going through a pretty rough patch in his life, to keep his channel active and going. When that happened, the fans of ReviewTech acknowledged Jay was a decent guy for helping Rich through this period of time. And, said, yeah, I like this guy. Rich turns around, says, hey, I'm not really going to do edited videos anymore. So I'm not going to need your services anymore. Just happened to coincide with his birthday. Again, like I said, don't necessarily think that was, an intentional thing as far as to slap the guy in the face, on his birthday. I think it's just coincidental or whatever. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt there, whatever. And then just kind of turn around and become a little pissy pants because Jay got support. Yeah, he got support.
Everything up until that live stream, I can forgive and be like, Rich just made a mistake. He wasn't thinking. He wasn't in his right headspace. Maybe he should have done this. Maybe he thought he could have done this and it was okay and whatever. But it was all the way up until that live stream. And then his attitude about the entire thing, just like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I've got nothing, to worry about. And then directly after that live stream, unlisting the live stream and then turning around and apologizing and giving him the money. It's like, well, you just conceded on every point then.
Exactly.
The real issue is like they were friends for many years. He'd been editing for him for at least 6. They had issues before with payment. The retainer went into place 2.5 years ago. Yeah. Whatever. But being friends, you think that instead of just a text message that says I'm not gonna need your services anymore. Or right. A discussion.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, that's just if you're friends with somebody, or even if you're in a business relationship with somebody, that's just the right way.
That's pretty shitty. I'm just be honest, it's a shitty thing to do, right?
Right.
Especially if you're going to call this person a friend. If I've extended the monicum of calling somebody a friend, right? I do everything I can to where I'm bending over backwards, kissing my own ass to try to not inconvenience or to put that friend in a bad light. I just,
Well, so Trippy, you're a mod in his chat, so you probably watch quite a bit of it. Like, is it one of those things where maybe just Rich is he's got like the tipster mentality where it's like everybody's kind of a friend?
I don't think being a mod means much. I think he just kind of mods people at random because I was a mod for a little while too, and he didn't know me.
Yeah, but everybody's got you as a mod maggot. It's just
Everybody,
a given.
Everybody kind of gets a wrench, and then he'll purge, and then. But I mean, I've spoken to him a few times, and he did a video clip for me once, and I just he's known as Rich Tomorrow because he'll put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then a day or two later, he'll come back and you just walk it all back.
So for you, this is nothing new. It's
old hat. But to watch him do it to somebody like Jay, who he's been close to and considers a friend, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Well, what a way to wrap up your career too of making videos. Go ahead, GG.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if is that the only difference between if you're saying he's Rich Tomorrow, meaning he's done stuff like this plenty of times, the only difference here was that he did it to a friend and it was just assumed that he was shitty in a not that shitty way, I guess.
Well, to my understanding, I think if you're doing the I change my mind tomorrow about whatever the given topic of today that isn't involving your own personal life kind of a thing, I think people are willing to give that to you. They might be frustrated of oh, well, this seems inconsistent, but people change their mind and that's okay. Versus the way that you handle somebody who you call a friend and who you've had a working relationship with for years.
Definitely. Yeah, that's what makes the difference as far as I'm concerned. Because Jay really saved his channel when he was dealing with his family issues with his daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you turn around and excuse me, piss in the face of your one supporter?
Yeah. I mean, he evidently trusted the guy enough to where he gave him the stream key for his channel because he was doing streams on ReviewTech's channel to keep the money and stuff rolling in. Because again, like I said, he was going through a hardship, right? His daughter had some medical issues. He was trying to be a good father and be there, and attending to, which means he wasn't able to work. Was it whatever? So loss of income, right? It's just
right.
And Jay steps up and says, "Hey, let me take you on my back here, buddy. Let me take you on my back here, friend. Let me help you through this time," right? You know what it was? He was Samwise to Frodo. They're climbing up Mount Doom, right? Frodo's giving up. He's done. Jay says, "Hey, ReviewTech," puts him on his back and carries him on up, right? That's what Jay did. Right? And then Jay turns, then ReviewTech turns around, calls this guy a parasite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really hard to take. Yeah, that's hard to swallow.
You know what?
And I don't dislike Rich. I'm not saying that. I find him funny. I'll probably still watch him, but it's disappointing. It's disappointing.
I'll just say this. I'm not going to say that ReviewTech deserves to be canceled. That he needs. I'm not saying any of that. All I will say is this: is if you are a viewer or consumer of ReviewTech stuff, man, I would have to give a hard look at why would you want to be around and watch or support someone that would do something like that to a guy who literally threw him on his back and carried him while he was in a really dire situation with his family, and then turn around and say the shit that he said about him. I'm sorry, but that would be wash my hands and move on. Right?
You know what? And you know what kills me too, and maybe this is a inflated sense of ego because I was saying this in the chat, but there was a few people, so it wasn't just me. So I'm sure Rich saw this because the point was pointed out about halfway through the beginning part of the show. It was maybe 15-30 minutes into it. Chat started. Obviously, chat was not happy about the whole thing. It was just everybody, even his own people, his own wrenches were coming after him. So, but I think what finally got him was when somebody pointed out that Rich, you've been through enough of these things to know. Do you think that this is where this is going to end? You think this? So you think you're going to do this live stream and say what you're saying in this live stream, be as snotty as you are, call this guy a parasite, and then my favorite part of that entire live stream was he was constantly oh, I'm just not going to talk about it, guys. We're not going to go into the personal details of it because that would be that would be wrong or whatever. It's well, then why did you do the live stream to begin with? So when it's pointed out why then like you think this is going to end here? I think that's when he went, all right, I gotta turn this around. I've got to, and that's what makes me feel like it's not genuine.
No.
Like if I were JKB right now, I get it, optics, I get it. Like, you know, you got to stay friendly even if whatever, I get it. But like if I'm JKB right now, like I'm like, sorry, dude.
Okay.
You burnt that bridge. You did this. I didn't do this.
He hasn't made a meme out of the "you're fired" thing on his channel, so I mean, he's making light of it. He's not,
so
he's not like giving him a free pass. You know what I'm saying? He's still kind of holding his feet in the fire, but in a friendlier way.
So correct me if I'm wrong here, Trippy, but isn't JKB? Isn't he's Canadian, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So I have a few Canadian friends. And one of the things that I know about these guys is they are kind to a fault. They are forgiving to a fault, right?
Yep.
And so
that category.
Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. I think if Rich had done this to anyone else besides someone like Jay, who obviously seems like he's a decent guy, I think it goes a whole different way. I think the guy makes stream after stream and just runs it, and ReviewTech's career could essentially be over.
Yeah, somebody else would have rolled him for sure, but that's not Jay.
Yeah.
Well, again, Jay went out of his way to tell people just don't harass him. Just like, I don't want you going over there giving him a hard time. He's like,
well, yeah,
but you want to watch me? That's fine, whatever. Yeah.
You know. But I'm saying if he had done this to anybody else besides, you know, somebody that obviously has, you know, JKB's nature, right? If he'd done someone opposite of that, right? Someone that was more ruthless and cutthroat, right? Say someone like a D.Max, then it's game over, right?
Oh,
yeah, right. Yeah. I guess.
Or hell, me? No, I'm burying your ass in the fucking desert somewhere.
If it had been Bo Blacks, it'd been a bully stream for a month.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, but yeah. This is what kills me too, is the again, why you like ReviewTechUSA, you know, he's loved by some, hated by some. Yeah. You know, he's kind of a mixed signal kind of guy, you know, a lot of people see him as. Why would you end your career on something like this? Why would you go out of making videos by having this sort of like a big blow up beef? Like, if I'm thinking about this from a business perspective, I might go, you know, there's several places I might go before I say I'm going to fire an editor. I might, well, first of all, I'm going to go to them and I'm going to explain the situation. Hey, I don't really want to do this kind of content anymore. I know that this might put you out in a lurch, but I'm going to try to find some way that I can, you know, make it work. Maybe we can do shorts, you know, maybe you can help me out with shorts on my live streams. That could help. Like there's other things that you could have done. And I don't know why, cause I guess we don't know, and maybe we do know. So somebody correct me if they
Skip it up. But well, he's not actually stopping that content. He's made 3 news videos since then that he's editing himself.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing. That's what I'm pulling up here on the screen right now.
Oh, that he edited himself. So he just wants to go back to editing his own thing.
Yeah.
What I was hearing on I see. You're right.
See, here, the day
that's the way he spun it, but it didn't turn out to be that way.
Wow.
See, the very day that all this stuff happened, right? He put out a edited video, 7 minutes 57 seconds, says Nintendo may have just screwed themselves with the Switch 2. Okay. Then a day later he comes out and says PS5 Pro is going to be a worthless doorstop. Right?
Yeah.
It has Nicolas Cage's picture in there for some reason. I don't maybe that's a running gag or something too. I don't know. Whatever,
he has a bunch of Nicolas Cage stuff all over his desk and stuff. I'm with Xylee though. Yeah,
he's a fucking creep. He is a creep.
Yeah. Exactly. He's a snake. He's 100% a snake. And but like I said, this is a perfect example where he still continued to put out, you know, edited videos. And, you know, he didn't stop. I think what it boiled down to was he's like, you know, I can do this and I don't have to pay this guy anymore. You know, and fair enough. It's his money. He can do whatever he wants to with it. Right. But I don't know.
Yeah.
So
he's been talking about changing the direction of the channel for a long time. So it's hard to tell what he's going to really do when it comes down to it. But Jay is in talks with Boogie2988 about going on LolCow Live.
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
And being the editor for LolCow instead?
No, not being the editor, going on the show.
And talk about this situation.
Discuss the situation, but Jay wants to make sure it's not a bash stream. He says, like, I'll give the details.
How does anybody think that's gonna go? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Okay.
Like Keemstar's gonna be talking in their ear and be like, oh yeah, no, we're getting this guy. Oh this is my chance to get review tech.
Yes, Keem will pepper his ass, and yes, 100%.
I'm sure Tommy won't go light either. Come on now.
No.
Well, I'm trying to convince Jay Tommy's a good dude.
Well, also, didn't Boogie literally just have a beef with him? Like, I don't.
With who? Review Tech? No,
or not. I guess it wasn't a beef. I guess
he went on there and gave up he gave up the goodies, and Keemstar was pissed off.
Yeah, beefed with Mudahar. I forgot. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus. Look.
There's incentive, is what I'm saying.
You know what I think? I think Jay should go on there. I think he should go on there, and I think he should tell all. I think he should tell all.
I don't know. I don't think that would go well for him.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think
for us, though.
I think it would reflect poorly on him if he did, and I don't know. Yeah,
I agree. Actually, to be honest, I agree. Yeah, because at this point, like, he won. Like, he's won. Like,
yeah, he definitely has the moral high ground. Yeah,
to go around beating a drum about it would be like, I think it's fair and reasonable for him to meme about it on his own platform and be like, oh, I got fired, whatever. That's fine. I think that's perfect.
Sure.
But I think that, going on lolcow and kind of like dredging it all back up, unless it was going to be a thing where it's like Review Tech and him both go on lolcow, and it's like that kind of a thing.
That is the discussion, that they would both be on there together, and that it would eventually come down. Okay, here's all the details, and this is where we ended up, and we're on good terms.
So what is the personal shit that Review Tech kept on talking about in that live stream that he didn't want to talk? Like I know I'm not trying to like expose anybody's pub or personal
yes, you
information.
Are, but we're okay with it. Go ahead.
I'm just confused. Like, I don't understand. Like, what was the personal aspect of that? Was it about the kid, or was it about the daughter?
Yeah,
I mean?
Unless it's about his daughter being sick, then I would have no clue. I don't. No,
that's not, okay, but that's
gotta be it, right?
But that's not way the way my takeaway from it was Review Tech was hinting at like he had some skeletons, shall we say?
Yeah.
On Jay, that hey, if I will basically expose you type thing, right?
That's what I thought.
That was my takeaway. Now I could be completely totally,
but the daughter thing is like an anti-skeleton. That's like that would make him look bad for knowing that, right? Like, I guess I could see a world maybe where he's like, well, you don't understand. Like, okay, I'm putting myself in Rich's position. Maybe what he meant to say was something along the lines of like, you guys don't understand. I hired him because I was having this hard time because of my daughter, and so I needed that because otherwise it just wasn't going to get done. And now that I'm out of that time, now I can move on. And maybe that's personal stuff he didn't want to talk about.
But no, because
they had been working together for 6 years before.
For like 5 or 6 years. Yeah,
his daughter because of that.
My understanding, the news came out about Rich's daughter being ill was back in like
late 21, early 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I just want to be clear. I don't want to make light of that.
No, I don't think. Now there could have been, okay. Being generous or whatever, whatever. It very well could have been that the daughter had started having issues earlier, and that's why he did hire him to come on, right? Because he was going to have less time to do his own editing or whatever, and he hired Jay to do it, right? Because his daughter was ill, and it just progressively got worse and until whatever. But that's possible. I don't know. Again, but
if I had to guess what he meant by other personal details or the other behind the scenes conversations that he wasn't going to get into, it was more probably about the other issues with payment that why the retainer came about and all that stuff. Other like a business arrangement type of issue.
Sure.
Yeah, and to be fair too, I guess to Rich, there is a world maybe where you could say that he legitimately thought that he had paid off the person, because it's like, there's like this I don't know what you would actually call it, but it's like business narrative kind of a thing. It's like, no, but I did pay you. It's like because you're trying to be.
He tries to say that. The PC I got you, that's your payment. That's what he.
Right. Yeah. So do you know anything about what was that about? Like, so did he actually buy him a PC, and how long ago was that versus now? Like, why bring that up?
Right before he started coming on streams with him, he got him the PC so he could do dual streams with him and stream for him when he wasn't available, so he could kind of piggyback the channel for him to keep it alive.
Okay, so that was a why. Okay, so that was a why he's back then, right? Because I remember this guy doing the streams for Review Tech. That was back like in early 2023, into 2022.
Yeah,
right?
when he was not going to be completely available because of what was going on with his family.
So that I'm sorry, you can't. Yeah, you can't go back 6, 7, 8 months or something and count that as current pay. Bullshit. You can't do that. Come on, man.
Right. Well, he actually got a sponsorship and got almost a $6,000 PC rig coming his way for $2,000. So Jay's going to be set for a while. He's going to do a full house, like a content house streaming thing, so he can go around the place and just kind of bring people into his home.
Well, that's a red flag. I'm not gonna lie. I was on this guy's side until you said that. Now I'm like, I don't know.
Well, no. Okay, so here's something you may not know, and because I looked into Jay and was watching some of his streams a little bit, just trying to get a little bit more of a sense of the guy before I kind of defended him here today. He bought an old church, right? He actually lives in an old church, and he's kind of like
based.
Yeah, I mean, so he's like, I don't know if he's like remodeling it or whatever. I didn't get the full gist of all that.
I almost bought a church too. There's a few of them lying around in Florida. It's pretty good. I don't know who this person is, but Left Control Gaming said he just sent that new PC to him this month.
Oh, I thought it was from before.
They're renting. Oh, they're renting the church. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, unless it was directly stated, right? Like, this is where it starts to get speculative, right? Because if it was stated that Review Tech sent this as a kind of like a parting gift, or like, hey, I'm going to be phasing that out, so this is just like a thank you kind of a thing. If that's the way it was framed, I could see it like maybe working out in Rich's head, where it's like it's not like that is part of like the payment, I guess, but. Unless it's on paper, it's like you're talking about a professional work relationship. Like
I don't think it was brought about that way. It kind of blindsided Jay. He didn't know it was coming. That's for sure.
Well, also what Medine said in chat a little while ago, I agree. But what would Jay benefit from airing out the closet? It's not like he is he's not in any sort of detriment as of now. Yeah. It's like, if you're retaining the high ground, just retain the high ground. You don't need to get in the dirt. You don't need to go on lolcow. You don't need to I would say if I were Jay, again, I would not go on lolcow unless Review Tech was going to go on there too. And in which case the only reason I would go on there is just to promote my own stuff.
And he said that as himself, actually, that he wouldn't go on there unless Rich was on there, and it was spun into the positive ending. So,
cool.
Well,
so he said that. Oh, interesting. So he said so Jay said he was going to go on lolcow before Review Tech actually said. Well, wait, but when did he say that? Did he say that before ReviewTechUSA came out and said, we apologize, we made up? Because what I'm trying to understand is like
he said that today. Actually, he said that he's been in talks with Boogie because they've been trying to get him on since the other night when Review Tech went on. They asked him about it, and then he said he wouldn't say anything, and then he got off stream. And then when they tried to get Jay to come on and explain things, he ignored it until today. He mentioned it like, okay, Boogie's messaged back and forth with him. But the only way that I will go on there, and he asked the chat, he said, shouldn't I? And he's just like kind of saying, well, the only way he's going to do it is if Rich agrees, Rich comes on too, and then we can not answer what we don't want to answer, and when it comes to an end, that it was a positive note and they're on good terms. So and that was his stipulation, basically. So I doubt he will, but if he were to go on there, that would be his pretty much
his stipulation.
That's where he wanted it.
Okay. Well, hey, Trippy, I appreciate you calling in. We do have another caller, but really quick, do you think, just based on everything, do you think this is where it ends? Like, do you think this fizzles out, we don't hear about this in another week, or what's your sense of it?
I'm assuming that it'll just fade out, and hopefully Jay can stay successful with his stream and what he's doing, because he wants to, oh, come watch me cook eggs, or just do this or do that, whatever. So he's a really good guy. Hopefully everything goes well for him.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right, thanks, Trippy. Anything last to say?
No. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Have a good one, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we got another caller.
Okay.
Nintendo Mail. What's your big brain opinion about this? What you got?
I gotta say, I'm very disappointed in Rich. Very disappointed.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
I mean, you're kind of firing someone that you trusted. Not only that, you kind of said shit about him behind the back. And
so, Nintendo Mail, how long were you a subscriber and consumer of Review Tech's content?
I think about 2015, as far as I know.
We started watching him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably when I got into him too, or just had watched a few of his videos, known about him. But yeah.
So do you know anything about this history of him, not just with not with Jay, but with others in the past?
That's kind of a surprise to me.
That you didn't know?
Actually, yeah. Since you mentioned that, Riv, I was doing the tags for the stream and just kind of looking stuff up just to see what was working, what wasn't. One of the most high search volume tags right now on YouTube, under ReviewTechUSA, is it's the question, does ReviewTechUSA privacy complaint or copyright strike or no, false flagging. I'm sorry. It's false flag. Does ReviewTechUSA false flag?
False DMCA strike, false flagging.
So I don't know if there was a drama or anything in relation to that with VTech. It's been so long. I feel like I kind of remember something in the back of my brain, but it's so hard because there's been so many of those, and sometimes those can be legit. So it's not like it's impossible or anything, but.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Just hang on, let me interrupt just 1 second. Hey, 1 2 cents. No hard feelings, dude. It's fine. I just didn't know you from Adam.
We also talk shit on the spot.
We talk a lot. We talk a lot. We shit talk. Listen, it was brought to my attention that you're actually a mod and no Jay. If you're willing to call in, go into the waiting room, we'll call you in, and I would love to. I have some questions. I would love to discuss things with you. The Discord link should be popping up there. If not, just hit your exclamation mark Discord, and it should show up. Should give you the link to the Discord. Would love to have a conversation with you. Yeah.
Just a quick comment to interject here for something I saw in chat a little while ago. Xylee asked, is ReviewTechUSA becoming a lolcow? Yeah. I mean, I think he's got the make and model. You know, maybe he just needs the gas.
That's a possibility, maybe.
Well, like I say, I just don't know a whole lot about
Rich's history.
I don't. I mean,
his dramas come and go so fast.
See, also,
they aren't there. It's just they're gone. They're there and gone.
Also,
so I'm gonna ask you a question, Nintendo Man. I'm gonna ask you a question, and I may be thinking about the wrong guy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something in the back of my brain that's itching here. When Review Tech first started doing YouTube videos, he was reviewing tech gadgets and things of that nature, correct?
I think so. From last I checked, yeah.
Okay.
From what I heard, yeah.
Well, hang on. What you heard, if you were watching back in 2015, 2016, that's when he was doing all that review stuff. Because that's where I'm going back to. Because I remember there was a big drama around this.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, where he was supposedly was it giving away cell phones, or there was something, and I don't know if it was him. It may not be. That may not be it may be. I may be thinking about another YouTuber, but there was a YouTuber that did reviews of tech gadgets and things like that, and. Or was maybe it was a deal where he was acting like he had a bunch of stuff and he didn't really have a bunch of review things, items he was reviewing. I can't remember the whole I'm gonna have to look more into that. I'm gonna have to go back and dig into that and see if I can find that. So
I think it's still on his channel, but I don't know.
Unbox
have
Theory.
a bunch of people.
Maybe that's who it was. Left Control Gaming. Maybe that's who it was. Unbox Theory that I'm thinking about. I just remember there was a person back then, and I don't know. Cause like I said, if it wasn't Review Tech, then that's
Matt Pitt kind of pointed this out in chat, but said that his reviews are generally pretty well. He had said it specifically for the Bugha Mudahar one. I mean, he was apparently stoned out of his mind. That was self-admitted or whatever. And I guess Review Tech is even saying that he's got a problem. I don't think he said he had a problem, but he's saying he's trying to cut back. So, 2 and 2 makes 4. But like, I mean, other people are saying in chat too, he's just really bad at at interviewing specifically. So I don't know. It's like, but that's what I'm saying with Review Tech. It's like, this is why I've never really been able to engage with his content or have him be like one of my favorites or even somebody that I go to on the regulars because he's so inconsistent. I don't understand his like logic, thought, like process with some things. He's very snarky. He comes off to me that way.
Well,
and I've just
I'll
never
say
seen him do
this. I
anything where I'm
haven't
like, yeah, get him.
I haven't watched his content as of recent. So, because like, it's just like a bunch of rumors and it just like, I'm gonna be honest with the whole like Switch 2 kind of shit. I could just tell it was like a milking kind of thing, and I just felt like, no.
Yeah. Actually, you know what's fun? Yeah, that actually just unlocked like a memory of mine. Yeah, that was the small period of time where I watched Review Tech. Like not every upload, but I would watch a lot of his uploads because it was about the Switch 2. And that was years ago, right? I mean, that was like when the Switch. It feels like that was almost like when the Switch first came out. It's like he was already talking about like, okay, these are the leaked plans about the Switch 2, and it's like there's no there. It's like some random Reddit thread or something. It's like, okay, milk. He says the same thing every time. It's just like, well, this is obviously not the Switch 2, but I had to put it in the thumbnail to make the thing. I remember that. So I mean, that's my. I think
but you don't have to do that. Like, if the Switch 2 rumors doesn't exist, don't cover them. Maybe
don't make it up. Yeah, exactly. Don't cover it. Don't make it up. Why would
this
you?
is the same problem when I had with 8-Bit Eric. He's covering them too, and they just don't exist. I'm sorry, but I've already said this 100 times. Switch 2 doesn't exist, and Nintendo Switch is selling well.
Not yet.
We'll yeah, true. I mean,
Nintendo Mail, I appreciate the thing. I think we have a few other things we want to get to, though. Do you have any last thoughts about ReviewTechUSA?
I just want to say, like, get your shit together, Rich. Like, don't, like, I get your daughter is ill, stuff like that, but your daughter comes first than anything, and focus on that first.
Okay.
Like,
disappointed Nintendo Mail.
Okay, I'm just gonna get out of here.
He never disappoints, does he? He just never disappoints.
No, you know what I love about Nintendo Mail is he is so perfect at just walking that razor's edge where it doesn't matter what stream he's on, but you're always like, is this the one? Is he gonna cross that line?
Is this the one where we? Yeah, one toke over the line, sweet Jesus. One toke over the line.
So.
All right. Well, this was your story, and this was your topic. So I'm going to turn it back over to you there.
Yeah, fair enough. Let me pull up a tweet really quick. I apologize, guys. I was having some major technical difficulties before that. Like I had my stuff, but then it just all kind of fell apart. But I do have something that I would like to show the class. It was a tweet that I had made a little while ago, and I am vamping as I speak. I gotta scroll through my Twitter.
This is where
I think you can stop lying to the audience about your technical difficulties, D.Max. We all know you were getting high.
I was not getting high. Look at my eyes. I'm not high. I've never.
I think this is where you come to the realization that you tweet too much.
I tweeted a little bit too much. Okay.
Well, you're not the only one. You're not innocent in all that. So. Yeah.
This was okay. So I tweeted this out, but this is a clip that I clipped this out live. I clipped this out live. And this is the exact moment that he basically that I believe that Rich just conceded to everything on stream. Like he just everything.
I know.
Let me get it.
And it was Connor he was responding to. I don't think it's that Connor, but it's just funny that it's Connor.
Well, we'll go with that, Connor, because that sounds good. How about that?
That sounds funnier, right? Yeah.
Can we do
so
that?
It's that Connor.
It's that Connor. Yeah, here we go.
Well, Connor, I know people are going to argue that I put it on Facebook, and yeah, fine. I shouldn't have. That's okay.
Boom.
That I'll agree with. I got angry when I realized I couldn't contact him anyway. And I think I got frustrated too, because I see someone.
I think that was him. So he goes off and starts talking to somebody else after that clip. I know it's cut weird, but like that's the end of the thought. So to me, it was like very telling, because it's like, you just admitted to everything. The major problem everybody had was the Facebook post, and you've been saying that it was a public thing or it was a private thing and nobody should have leaked it or whatever. But that's literally just conceding to the entire thing. That's it. That's all you had to go off of with that.
Yeah.
It's also the tone of it too. Yeah. It's just like, I didn't do anything wrong.
All I'll say is this. There's a scene from, it's not like an all-time favorite, but it's still a good movie that I do occasionally like to watch every once in a while, called Groundhog Day. Stars Bill Murray, right? And I don't know how many days we were into him repeating the cycle, right? But he had done all the and so he has Puxatawny Phil in a truck with him and in his lap, and they're driving this truck and they're heading off into this like quarry to jump off and just kill, to 86 themselves, right? And he's sitting there telling the groundhog, "Don't drive angry, don't drive angry." So here's my word of wisdom for this. When you're in the middle of a storm and you're mad because things aren't going exactly the way you wanted them to, or you feel like you have been betrayed in some way, form, or fashion, the worst possible thing you could ever do is fire up a live stream and start streaming, because your emotions are out of control during that time. And you're going to say and do things that are going to come back on you so hard. What you need to do is process through your emotions, whatever, right? If you got to extract your revenge or get your pound of flesh, I understand that. I'm all for that. Do it. Gives me stuff to talk about. But just don't. Or maybe go live when you're mad, because then it gives us things to talk about. What am I doing? I'm robbing us all of content. Just regard what I said.
Get mad. Get it out of here. No.
Get mad.
No. Well, how about this? Again, it is a bit of a commentary sin, and maybe it's just like a content creation sin to make an anti-video or an anti-stream. And what I mean by that is, again, you're going live and you're saying, I'll talk about this part of this drama, but I won't talk about this part of the, like, I think that it's a foolhardy thing that content creators do, and they think that they'll get away with it every time, and they never do, where they say, I am going to talk about this, but I'm not going to talk about this. Why would you say you're not going to talk about this? If you felt it was important to talk about this, then talk about it. If you didn't want to talk about it, then you shouldn't have talked about it. It's that simple.
Don't even bring it up, right?
Don't even bring it up, because
you know what it is? It's sub.
Who would know?
It's sub streaming. It's like the sub tweet. It's like the sub tweet. That's what it is. You're basically sub streaming.
Xylee, are you sub streaming?
Oh, Xylee.
We know you are.
Xylee is the queen of sub streaming.
Isn't that
tweeting.
What the Just Chill? Isn't that what the Just Chill streams are? Is it the Just
Oh.
Chill, or is it the Up to Something streams, or whatever they are?
The just okay. If it's Just Chill, that means that the doors are open, and she's hoping that someone will come in and get, and it just gets. You love those. Those always wind up being taken off the air, so she can clip it up and make more content. Right? Those are the best ones. Right? Yeah. So,
yeah.
You're being good.
If you got nothing to say, don't say anything.
Yeah,
it's that easy. But for some reason, it's just. But that, you know what though, the way he was acting on that stream, I know he said at the very beginning of the stream, but the way he was acting on that stream made me feel like he was high, or he was drunk, or something. Like he was under the influence of something, because it was just you're just not making any sense, man.
No, I'm gonna tell you, I don't necessarily think he was high or under any. I just think he was mad.
On fumes, perhaps.
I think he was mad, and he was acting like just another YouTuber. Plain and simple. He had an ego, and he felt like because he did what he did, that everybody should have just kind of like whatever with Jay. And then when Jay started getting the love and support, he was like, well, now my ego was hurt. Now I'm bruised.
I messed up.
Now I'm going to throw a damn temper tantrum. And that's what he did.
Go back. You know what Review Tech, you know what? Okay, so since we've gotten all the serious stuff out of the way, you know what you Review Tech USA reminds me of? He reminds me of like the bad ending for the movie Click. That's what he reminds me of.
The bad ending for the movie.
Very specific, and I've never seen that movie.
Yeah.
You've never seen Click? Oh man, for people who have seen Click, like it basically,
I've seen it, but it's been a long time ago. But yeah,
the plot of the movie is that Adam Sandler gets like
a remote control. I remember
by Henry Winkler, right? And Henry Winkler, the one that got given the remote, Henry Winkler?
No. Oh my God. I feel like
he goes to Bed Bath and Beyond. I remember the trailer in the commercial. He goes to Bed Bath and Beyond to get it.
Oh my God. Who was was it Henry Winkler? Was it really Henry Winkler? No, I feel like it was like somebody else. I felt like it was like oh my God, who the fuck was it? But anyway, he has this remote control that can basically time travel. Oh no, it was Christopher Walken. That's who it was.
Okay, Christopher Walken. Okay.
Yeah, we're spoiling the movie kind of, but Christopher Walken is an important character in that movie.
It's a terrible movie, so
I think it's a
worst movie Adam Sandler's ever been in.
Adam Sandler is for men, okay? Women don't get it.
That's actually bullshit. I loved Adam Sandler when I was younger. That's a lie. That's actually a fucking lie.
So then you don't like Click, but you like Adam Sandler?
No, Click is mid as fuck.
Okay, I agree, but
he's been in a lot of bad movies.
What do you mean? You agree?
Whoa,
what does that mean?
Max, don't just turn your belly up because she pooped you on the nose.
No. It's not like
that. Stand up
for
what you believe.
Well, you know what it was, is that I actually Rolodexed on my brain.
It
and I was like going through all of the
objectively a bad movie. It's objectively bad.
I'm just saying, it's not better than Little Nicky. It's not better than
no shit. You don't say.
It's not better than Waterboy.
Daddy. Which was a Daddy? Was it Big Daddy?
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy's a great one.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. So I was Rolodexing my brain and going like, oh no, mid is actually like, yeah, that it. Click is pretty. Yeah, Click is pretty mid. It was a concession, I guess. It was.
Shut up.
Okay, listen.
The
all I'm
longer
saying
he talks,
is that
the worse it gets.
the Review Tech USA looks like Adam Sandler at the end of that movie when he's just like let his whole life play out and he like on autopilot, you know? Because that's the point of the movie is he can fast forward in time, but when he does that, his body does actually play out the entirety of the time that he did that, but he's just on autopilot. So he's not like making conscious decisions or anything. He's just like a non-person. And that's what it feels like Review Tech USA always looks like. He looks like the end state of that. So that's my big dig on you, Rich. I know it took a minute for me to get there, but
okay. So can we?
Yeah, he did bend the knee to a woman.
Yes, he 100% did.
So true.
Max.
What the fuck are you talking about? I just realized that I wasn't going to defend Click.
What has she done? What has she done?
You did defend it though. You
were 100% defending
it. It's a decent movie. But you said it was mid, and that's
oh my God. You know what it was? Rich at least waits till tomorrow. Yes. Rich at least waits till the next day. You were like within 5 minutes. What has this woman done to you? What has she done to you, D.Max, to where you just... No.
Safe space.
No, not the tape shit. No.
Are you saying it's not going to work this time?
No.
And it might work.
No, it's not going to work at all.
Yeah, it's going to work at ripping your fucking skin off. True.
Right. Is there anything else with this?
Painter's tape. He'll be fine.
I don't know of anything else. I mean, I think we've pretty much established that Rich loves waffling and waffles.
Mm-hmm.
And that
waffles
D.Max
in his chat. I need to see waffles in his chat, everybody. That's not me asking people to do that, but
and I think also, D.Max is basically Maggot's little bitch boy.
Stop, Peepaw.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That too, and
I just said that Click was mid.
I disagree.
Also, because Peepaw admitted that it wasn't that he was high; it was that he was angry.
Yeah,
and that's true.
Well, you know who else isn't high but angry?
Way worse than pot.
Yeah.
You know who else isn't high but angry? Hold on, let me get this. The members of our Goblin crew. I have loved the stars too fondly. Seth Jorgensen, K-Huck, Echo Tragedy, Mame Ass, and Pigeon Salad. If you would like to be a part of the Goblin crew too and get your name shouted out at the end of all live streams and videos, you can give us $9.99 a month and become a part of the Goblin crew. Or for $4.99 a month, you can be a mud pie and gain early access to our content. Edited videos, whatever, and you also, a day before it's uploaded. And then for $1.99 a month, you can be a mudslinger today and get priority comments and play around in our members only streams, which are fun. And you missed out. Okay, we had this. Yeah, pull up this tweet. Listen. No context. I don't care. I don't care how many people DM me trying to figure out what this means. I don't care. Okay. Yep. Listen, this happened during our member stream. And if you weren't there to see what happened, or you don't have a membership to go back and try to find it, I don't even know the timestamp. That's your problem. Okay. So be a part of the membership.
Worst tweet about this stream. Worst tweet.
Why is that? Iconic. Why is that the worst stream?
It's the worst one.
It's iconic. It's iconic.
It's the worst one.
Nah, it's not.
It's the worst one. What were there other tweets about that stream? I don't even remember.
Yes, she tweeted out. She actually listen because hers was a video little clip. Hers is better automatically. Just you.
Exactly.
Yeah, Maggot posted a video of her bald palm tree, and that's what it was.
This isn't even my
bald palm tree.
Yeah, this isn't even my.
Wow, I can't believe Peepaw bent the knee like that. He just bent the knee so quick.
What me?
Crazy.
What? I didn't bend the knee.
Look at that, Peepaw. You totally bent the knee just there.
Whoa. How did I bend the knee?
Woman W.
What do you mean?
Wrong.
Yeah.
I said you think because you put out a video that it's better. Doesn't mean that it is.
You said objectively that it was better. That's what
no,
you just
I
said.
did
Don't
not
walk
say it was
back.
objectively.
Okay, we can go back. Clip it. Go back and clip it, guys.
Clip
go
the
back
shit out of it. I'm going to tell you something right now. This one here that D.Max put out is objectively better.
You're lying.
You're only saying that because that's
now
your
you're
screenshot, Riv. What the
now
fuck,
you're backtracking.
Like, literally, that's the only reason you're saying that. Like, listen, all right? We're getting away from the point. Become a member so you can go watch the fucking stream, okay? It's a great, funny fucking stream. We played some shit. I don't know. All right.
We had a lot of fun.
ReviewTechUSA is an idiot.
We did have a lot of fun the other night.
Cool,
and D.Max was late also for that stream. So
for clarification, Pizzle did not say this. This was a game where you have to tweet what other people would say.
That's the funniest part.
Yes.
Oh, you said that?
No, she did not say that. No, you didn't.
I did. Yes,
no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No. No,
because,
you didn't.
No. You know how I know you didn't say this, Gigi? Is because if you had said it, you would have spelled vagina right.
Exactly.
No, I spelled it wrong because Peepaw spelled it wrong earlier in the game.
This is where I spelled it wrong. This is the original wrong spelling.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Oh, did you? Oh, no. Oh shit, I think Gigi's right.
This is the game where we all got pictures, and I got a picture of a desert, and I had to write something in for it, and I wrote it in incorrectly because in a previous game. Peepaw had wrote vagina.
I tell you what, you go back.
You
go back.
I can't repeat what mine was.
Exactly. You go back and rewatch that, and you'll find that you're wrong and I'm right, and it was my.
It was cum related as well.
What do you want to put on it, Peepaw? What do you want to put on it,
Okay. Yeah, actually, go for it. Because I'm trying to curious. Because I think Gigi is right.
Do some pink hair. Let's do another 5 Nights at Freddy's stream. What do you want to bet on it, man?
I think he's right, dude.
I don't think she is. I don't think she is.
But when I get one, okay? Listen to me, all right?
Okay. Listen, you definitely came up with the term Virginia.
I will send you, if I have, you will not be getting additional payment after this stream from me, sir. I am quadrupling down. I'm not going to do that only because that always.
Tell you what, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back through the stream and I'm going to find it. I'm going to clip out that section and I'm going to clip it out and I'm going to put it on Twitter. And I'm going to tag you.
Remember, folks, if you want to make us look stupid. Yeah, go ahead.
What are the consequences, sir? No, D.Max, he's not getting out of this. I want pink hair. I want a horror stream.
Well, I'll tell you what you do. You wish you one had and shit in others, so tell me which one fills up first. How about that? That's what you're getting out of this one.
What the fuck are you talking about? All right.
That's fine. I'll just take the victory.
Go ahead. That won't come, but okay.
It's going to be the third woman W of this stream.
Okay. I think that's not going to come.
Exactly. Evidently Pizzle during the next stream.
Oh, yeah, well. Listen, you'd be surprised what sandpaper can do.
All right. And on that note, guys, we're out here. Thanks for tuning in with us today. We appreciate you hanging out with us. I don't know. I think we've got a video that's going to be coming out Tuesday if Pizzle gets it edited. And anyway,
that's a big if.
That's a huge if at this point.
Oh boy.
But I'll get one.
I'm very excited for Pizzle's editing. You all should
yes.
be as well. It's gonna
be.
She showed us a clip. I think it's great.
It's she showed us some clips. It's funny. Yeah. It is. What's this? Wait. What? What are we waiting on?
No.
So.
Oh no, that's never a good sign.
You're letting Pizzle edit? Yes. Edit? Yes, yeah, we let yes, we do. Yes.
Yeah.
Put our fate in her hands.
Listen, let me tell you something. This podcast is the most, I guess, progressive podcast. I mean, we have both men and women on here. We let women have active leadership roles. They get to edit. They get whatever. It's there is no
gay filmmakers. Yeah. I mean, that's just me. You know,
it was too progressive. That's why we had to have Maggot join. We needed someone to.
We actually made it more progressive by making Seth cancel herself too. So that was good. I'm glad we did that. We got rid of Banana, who was a straight white male, and we got rid of Seth, who is a goblin. And goblins are just problematic.
Okay, well, we need to get rid of the other two straight white males then.
Well, there's only one of them.
No, there's two.
Hold it.
There's two.
Hold it. I'm 15%.
It's true. So there's zero actually.
Gamer.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
right.
thanks.
Who's gonna take us out of here?
Viewers, thank you. Everybody in the chat, thank you. Appreciate it. If you want to go check out that member stream, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. It really was.
And we're gonna do more. We're gonna do more of those too.
Yeah.
Irrespective
of who came up with the funny tweet for the picture caption, whatever.
I'm starting to think I did that. Actually, that was me. The whole
who
time.
knows? The broadcast is the best podcast.
Men taking credit for women's work. How unusual.
Oh no,
that never happens.
Xylee, you forgot the R and the A in that. You meant to say the breast podcast, in which case you'd be accurate. You have the most, well, I don't know. I mean, between, GGs and maggots and pizzles and peepaws. I mean, we might
we have more breasts than the broadcast too. Yeah, we have more.
Including peepaws, right? Yeah.
Exactly, because I know my milkshake brings the boys to the yard.
Please,
and they're
please
like,
stop.
It's better
please
than
stop.
yours.
Please
Damn
stop.
right, it's better than yours.
I could teach you, but I'd have to charge.
Well, you know, it's funny because you say that, but we know that one of the broadcast members would be totally into that because, I mean, as we know, Buddy is very much into the milk. She loves them milkshakes, man. Yeah. Can't keep them off her.
Exactly. Milk does a body good. So, anyway, I got to get out of here. You guys have a great day. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you haven't, a subscribe and a like is very much appreciated. If you got a couple of bucks laying around, join the channel as well. You can do it for $2. You guys take care. We love you. We'll see you keep your powder dry. I gotta get the stinking music up here. And we'll see you in the funny papers.
I'm disappointed. I thought we were gonna. Okay, never mind.